Hello and welcome to another cooking rodeo with the Tater Cowgirl. You like the flavor and the spice of the Maggi in the bottle, but you really don't like the chemical ingredients and artificial flavors that you would put in your food and ultimately in your body. Well, I have a solution for you. Follow me into my garden. Well, this is where the flavor from the Maggi bottle comes from. In Germany, we call that Liebstoeckel. I think in America it's called Garden Lovage, and we also call it Maggi Herb in Germany. And just break a little bit and show you. It grows like a jungle once you have it in there. It's very easy to grow. And it gives you the same spice like a Maggi bottle, but without the chemicals in it. And I'm gonna show you in the kitchen how to preserve it so that you can cook with it. Voila, and here we are in my kitchen. I hope you remember the place. So again, we are looking at Garden Lovage, Liebstoeckel, Maggi Herb that grows in my garden like crazy, and which replaces the Maggi bottle, which has designer food, artificial flavors in it, and we don't want to put that in our body. Also, we like the spice. I like the Maggi spice in stews and soups, chicken soups or chicken vegan soups. Stews, I also put it in dumplings, in bread dumplings. You have to be really careful. So here is the bunch I cut. You have to be really careful. Oh, it smells, it's really potent. So don't put too much in it. You will see what I do. I will cut it all really small. You can use the stems, so don't just use the leaves. You can cut everything together. And what I use to keep it then, I love those from Trader Joe's. It's garlic, but I will put a label on it, Garden Lovage or Maggi Herb. And then I will store it in these little packets, pouches, and freeze it in the freezer. I will also make one in the glasses I keep, but don't forget to label it. So let's take the camera down that you see what I'm doing. I think, yeah. You see it like that. Yeah. All right, here is all the Garden Lovage. First of all, I washed it already. We cut the stems just on the bottom. And then we cut the whole Garden Lovage very small. We put it in a NutriBullet, a bigger one. We put everything in there. The cutting is just helping to reduce the time. If you want to put it in bigger chunks in, it's fine with you. You just have to use it then longer. And all the liquid in the plants will help emulsify it. We don't add any oil. You can if you want to, but we don't, because I don't eat oil. I follow Dr. McDougall's diet. Whole plant-based, no fat. Sometimes I do use a little olive oil, but very, very rare. But in this case, we don't use any oil. We follow the McDougall diet. Okay, you see how much that is, and again, the stems have a lot of Maggi spice. Oh my God, you should smell how that smells here. It's amazing. So we stuff everything in the NutriBullet, and you saw outside in my garden how much I have. I mean, and it grows back. I planted it once a few years ago. Every year it comes back, and every year it gets stronger and stronger. And I cut a lot. This is already the second harvest, so I cut a lot out of it. If it gets too big, you know, and it starts blossoming, then the leaves will die down, so you don't want to have that. So let's see if we have that all plugged in. Of course we haven't. All right. And now we what you also do, you shake it so that you all have, so that it gets, I usually mix it a little. Yeah, it's already getting really small. You really want it very, very fine. Oops. So yeah, screw it on right. You can do this with any other mixer. I thought the NutriBullet is really good. And because you don't use any water, we keep you know, mixing it so that we get to all the leaves, not just the upper crust here. It's easier when you mix it with something, but we don't want to do that. We want the pure Maggi taste of it. Oh my God, it gets even more intense now. Shake it a little. See how small it is already? So let's do it one more time and then we start working. I think this should do it. This should do it. Yeah. And now we start filling. Those of you, let me just talk to you. Those of you who know and have emailed me your best wishes, I really appreciated it. We kept it pretty much for ourselves under the wrap, but I just wanted to tell you that Tater Cowgirl Jr, Adriana, got attacked on high school campus by a fellow female student who dragged her hair, who dragged her on her hair to the ground until her head hit the concrete, and then punched her face over and over and over again. And what shocked me the most is all these students who were standing around. It was an orchestrated attack with the Title IX, probably with the Title IX respondent. I cannot talk about it, but all the students were standing around filming and putting it on Instagram. That shocked me the most, made me very angry, except of one girl who shielded her, who helped her. This girl is my hero. And this happened 2 weeks ago. I had to deal with my anger issues first because I was really angry, because administration kicks the can down the road and You know, this Title IX investigation goes on since March 9, nothing happens. And also we reported to the police department. Also that one, I'm in contact with the district attorney who hasn't received any of the cases yet. And yeah, you are just waiting and waiting and waiting while everybody seems to kick the can down the road. And this girl is traumatized. We had to go to the ER. Adriana had a concussion. Thank God the skull was not fractured. She got a CT scan. She had to fix her front tooth, which was chipped, and we still have to look at her front tooth, who might be damaged. We don't know yet. The dentist doesn't know yet. So there were quite a high amount of medical costs occurring. I tried to get information. The school says, no, we don't pay anything from that. I said, well, it happened on your school ground. You told me you have a safety plan. I offered to sit in school with her since the Title IX investigation happened because Adriana did not feel safe. And I got refused to do so because the respondent has to be protected. That's more important than protecting anybody else in this school. And the safety plan basically is nothing. It's, oh, we are pointing her into the direction where she can get help. Well, if her head is pummeled to the ground, how is she getting help? And there was nobody, no adult around, you know. They waited for her and she went to the bathroom, and she always takes somebody with her to the bathroom because she's already afraid to go to the bathroom, because there are students in that school who just like to fight. They don't even need a reason. So they waited for her, including the Title IX guy who had his cell phone up and expressed his joy that this happens. And yeah, students who she thought they are her friends, who were actually, some of them were at her Sweet 16 party and stood there, all hat, no cattle. That's what I call, especially one who likes to wear cowboy hats. He's not a cowboy, he's a coward. All hat, no cattle. And I think she said it to him. Anyway, I consulted attorneys. Oh, well, there's not much money in for it. No, we don't take the case. So the district attorney is taking the case. We have filed the victim's assistance with the medical costs for her. And hopefully the district attorney will file charges. You know, in California, that's not always the case, you know. And there is a chance that they all get away with whatever they do. I don't think they will get away. I think God has a way to follow up with them. And I had to follow up with my church to deal with my anger. I don't know how often I beat up that attacker in my dreams. And I came to the decision that I will channel my anger to do something useful and go out to youth and talk to them about sitting there with your cell phone and filming attacks like that. On that day when this happened with Adriana, there were 5 fights in this high school. The day after, there were 2 fights. So it's not just, oh, this happened once in a while. This happens every day almost, you know, and there's something that needs to be done. And somebody needs to talk and go out to this youth. Some of them told me already, well, we can't meddle when they are fighting because we get suspended then. The attacker got suspended. Nothing happened to Addie, by the way. She didn't even fight back. We are showing her right now, her mom is a jiu-jitsu fighter, how to at least block her face, and you know, because the school tells them if you fight back, you get suspended too. So the kids, some of the kids are unsure what to do. That's part of the problem. They are not told to help. from the administrators. The other problem is the Instagram problem. You want your clicks on the Instagram and you have to film, so you're busy with filming and can't help. That's worse. You know, I grew up in the 70s. We did some pretty dumb stuff when I was young, but I would never ever stood by watching somebody beating a 4'11" tall girl up, you know. And that is a whale of a girl, you know. She's now bragging on the internet, you know, and all that. She gets all the, it's disgusting. It's literally disgusting. But I want, not at that school, I will start at other schools, because that school, it's too close for me. I still deal with anger, you know. But other schools, if you are an administrator in a private school or in a school and you want somebody to reach out to your students about violence and fights, I'm available. I'm pretty sure Addie is available too. And we can talk to them, show them videos, and I secured three videos from that fight. It's on a public Instagram account. Everybody can look at it, so it's disgusting. I told Instagram to take it down, so we will see what happens. But I wanted to tell you that I don't want to make a special video about it, because I don't want to give these people fame. But I want to show you my audience who are wondering how Addie is doing and where she's at. So she's graduating from the sophomore year right now. This week is finals week, and then she will switch to another school. We will leave that school. This guy has too many friends there who she's not feeling safe going to school with. So thank God the district allowed her to switch to another school. So this will happen. She's giving up her high school and switches to another high school from the district. I hope this helps. And a friend of hers is switching actually too. That's the good thing. You know who your friends are after that happens. Unfortunately, one of her best friends is moving away. But they will stay in contact, and another friend is switching with her to that high school. That is really cool. So she will not be alone. So there is always light, even if there is shadow. And I will try to reach out to as many youth and students I can, maybe as a guest speaker. I'm not quite sure about the format, but I really want to make myself available for free. I'm not going to charge anybody. So if you know somebody who would like to have a guest speaker about violence, let me know. I will be available. And I thought about it a lot. I will show you the video. I will show you a short version of what happened. But I don't want to end this video with violence. So I will also show you a small video from the Phil Wickham concert where we were. Yeah, it happened just before the attack on that weekend. We were in San Jose at the Church of the Redeemer at the Phil Wickham sold out concert, and we had the VIP tickets where we could talk to them. That was really cool too, because I asked why there are not enough. I don't see any in my age female musicians anywhere in contemporary worship. Very few in rock and roll. Susie Quattro is one, a musician. Usually you only see the pretty young girls singing, and all the old male musicians are still there. You know, nobody bothers, nobody thinks that's wrong. So where are all the old female musicians? And they actually said they're hard to find, because obviously women give up their career when they get older, and I don't see any that they are sought after. They're not desirable to be in from any band leader to be in a band. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it is the way, that there's just not enough of us. I would love to see more female musicians, not just pretty young singers. I'm a bass guitarist, so I might try to put action where my words are. We'll see if they take us. And we need role models for the young girls. So I think it's important that there are older women stepping up and making music in contemporary worship or rock and roll. I don't care. I listen to both. Okay, now back to the cooking. And as I said, I will put the end of this video will have a Phil Wickham song. Actually, it's a Matt Maher song. Matt Maher was performing with Phil Wickham, and I love it because it's kind of like the Lord's Prayer. And I want to show you. So, now back to our Liebstoeckel. So it's very fine ground. What I do here is I put it in those little packets. You can press it in, you know, don't make it too packed, because you know when you freeze it there will be a little frozen liquid in it, so you want to make it just right. You just I love those. Trader Joe's has this for ginger and garlic, I think basil. And whenever I buy them, I keep them. I'm not throwing them away when they're empty, and I use them for other herbs to freeze. Of course, you can use ice cube trays. That will work. But as far as Garden Lovage is concerned, that little cube here is enough for a pot of stew. You don't need more, because it gets, if it gets too much, it's too intense. You don't want that. You just want just the right amount of flavor. And that little square frozen, when it's frozen, you take it out and throw it in your Instapot or in your pot where the soup is or the stew. You have just the right amount. There is not more necessary. Okay, a little bit more here. A little bit more here. Let's just stuff it in with the fingers a little. A little bit more. Here a little, we can do a little bit more. So it can be good, you know, nice and full. You don't have to leave too much space in there. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Garden Lovage, Maggi Herb, same flavor like this, but without the artificial ingredients. And we put the lid on. As you see, this is like, says like garlic, but I will put a label on that will say Garden Lovage. And then I have a little jar here. Also, I will label that as well. So I put that on, put it in here. And if you put it in a jar like that, you make 2/3 full, not more, because you need space for it when it freezes. So you don't want it to be too full. Okay, that's enough. So like that. That's about the amount I put in. Close it, and I can freeze all of that. Put the rest in here, and I use that fresh. I keep that one in the refrigerator because I will use that fresh for the next meal. As I said, few ideas. In any stew in the iPod it will work. It will work for soups. It will work for dumplings, if you like bread dumplings. It's like a paste, like like a pesto, but just there's no oil or anything on it. It's very, very aromatic. So let me think about more stuff you can use it. Any vegetable, any fried rice, it will work. Anywhere you like Maggi in it, this will work too. I hope you enjoyed this little session with the Tater Cowgirl. And if you have kids watching this video, don't let them watch the next section, because that will show the incredible violent attack against my granddaughter at high school grounds. Don't show them. It's not pretty. Okay. Eddie's doing better. She gets counseling. She has pretty much recovered from her concussion, and she looks forward to go to the new school. Okay, bye. And as they say in California, peace out.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Back up. What's happening?
Father, let your kingdom come. Father, let your will be done. On earth as in heaven. Right here in my heart. Father, let your kingdom come. Father, let your will be done. On earth as in heaven. Right here in my heart. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us, as we forgive the ones who sin against us. Forgive them, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Let your kingdom come. Father, let your kingdom come. Father, let your will be done. On earth as in heaven. Right here in my heart. Father, let your kingdom come. Father, let your will be done. On earth as in heaven. Right here in my heart. Give us this day